So, pardon me. Pardon me. Okay. I'm dehydrated. As usual. Of course I am. Of course I am. Why would I be anything else? I'm a cactus. I'm really fucking salty too. So there's that. Saltier than Lot's wife. That's all I like to say. And if you don't get it, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry. It's fine. It'll be alright. It's Sunday, which means it's time for a Stashcast. For those of you who don't know who I am, though, I'm Aradia Noir, your resident witch and creatrix over to Radi's Hand and Danae's Divine, where I create myth, magic, and meaning for your everyday life through art, intuition, and energy work. And on Sundays, we like to do a little thing called the Stashcast, where I reach into my stash and share something with you. So, for those of you who don't know, stash is commonly referred to as any of the artistic supplies that creatives use. It can be beads, buttons, fabric, yarn, thread, paint, what have you. And the thing with it is artists have a tendency to collect it and accumulate just large amounts of anything. Now, me personally, I also include tools in this, and I include tools in this because I like sets of tools. I like to have all the shapes, all the sizes, and I like handmade tools, which we haven't talked about it yet. I'm gonna probably talk about it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. But it's going to be one of our Stashcasts. It's going to be all the tools, too. It's going to be a lot of tools. Yeah, because I collect the tools. So over the last couple of weeks, we've been breaking down all the knitting looms, which is what we've been talking about. At first, I started with all of them, and then we went on to the circulars. Last week, we did the rectangular. And this week, we're going to do the flower loom, which is just this. It's 2-in-1. First things first, I haven't actually used it yet as of this recording. If for some reason, in between the time that I recorded, because we're traveling back in time, and the time that I post this, I'll update it and put sample work, but I wouldn't hold my breath for that. I've got a lot to do. And there you go. So I like this because it's compact. Like all the other looms, you don't have to worry about tension or your gauge. It's consistent no matter what. Unfortunately, you do have to deal with the fact that this is plastic and they can break. And if you break the pegs, it kind of renders it useless unless you can either get the peg out, because like you could, a lot of times when it breaks and there's like a piece of peg stuck on there, or if you can gosh, my brain just stopped. That's cool. I love when that happens. Love it so much. Love it. It's plastic, it breaks. I know this because I've broken one. I have like some loose pegs randomly. Now, if you can get the pegs out, cool. Some of them you can get the pegs out. Some of them, the pegs don't really want to come out. I would not recommend forcing it. You probably will break it. So, this would be used to make icords a lot of the time. This is a pretty large icord. Usually you're going to have an icord that's like more along the lines of that, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitch icord. This is 8, a lot, so it's kind of huge. But yeah, it's going to knit it. It's going to knit a tube. It's going to be a hollow tube, and you can, whatever with it. Got another one that's like this that I use a lot more. We're going to be talking about that next week. Don't worry. All right, is that everything? So, yeah, you would just make this using an icord. Unfortunately, I don't have any samples. I kind of forgot that I had this, because my tools all like live together when I'm not using them, so that I can, find them. It's a thing. But if you'd like to see a static picture of this, then you can scroll into the post below. If you're watching this on YouTube, go into the description, hit that link at the top, and it'll send you over to my Patreon. My question for you is, do you have a flower loom? Have you ever used it? What have you made with it? Do you have this one? Do you have a different one? Would you like or not like or whatever? Tell me everything. all the things. Love to hear from you. As always, I'm going to link to this below where you can buy it or look at it and whatnot. So you can, you need to add it to your collection of tools. Your stash needs this. I'll show you where to get it. Also linked below are my websites, Aradia's Hand and Danae's Divine, as well as all of my active social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I like to hang out the most. And because you stayed to the end of the video, you get a sneak peek of what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So tomorrow's Monday, and it means it's time for a Monday motivation, provided I am motivated. We're going to do it anyway, even if I'm not motivated. But the whole purpose is really going to be, you know, kind of starting off the week. So there you go. I've also be setting an intention, which we'll check in on Wednesday, and then review on Friday how that went. So there you go. All right. Thanks for watching. If you're on YouTube, remember to like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for being a patron. I appreciate your support. And if you're on YouTube and you're not a patron yet, consider joining us. Join us. I'm weird. Someone in my fruit cellar. Can you tell it's October yet? I can. That has nothing to do with anything. That's fine. I'm always spooky. Like, for real. Always spooky. So long, farewell, and Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye, sweetlings, and I will see you hopefully bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to go tomorrow.